Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Da da da. Dooby 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 doo ba. Skibby dooby doo boo. Da da ba da beep boo. Ba dum bum ba bee doo boo. Mama, I've gone live. Please watch me on Twitch. I need the views, people. Just watch me on Twitch. Do 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 do. All right. Okay. Let's share. We'll be sharing this to Facebook. Right. Okay. We are about to go live. I hope this show. Do do do. Beep beep doo beep bop beep doo boo boo. A 36-year-old, not a 34-year-old. Need to change that Twitch bio. If anybody's out there, just say a little hi. Hey, howdy, hey. There we go. All right, I got the chat rocking and rolling. If you're here, please know I love you. Thank you very much for watching. Go. Let us rock And roll. Ta-da! Down just a little bit. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. A day late, I know. Usually I stream on Mondays. But we were going through a lot of stuff. And now I'm back from outer space. I'm just here to set the record straight. I love gaming, and I hope that you're here because you love gaming as well. So for today's adventures, my buddy Joseph Rees, purchased something for me that I have been putting off for the past 2 years, maybe 3 years. Marvel Crisis Protocol. It is a Marvel miniatures game that when it came out, I was super excited. But the problem is that I play a ton of miniatures games already. I play Wild West Exodus. I play Heavy Gear, Frostgrave. I'm kind of into Stargrave, and there's always something else popping up that I want to try and jump into. Guild Ball, right? There's hundreds of awesome miniatures games on the market, and sometimes you just have to sit back and limit yourself, or you'll get into real big trouble. So I sat back, I saw Marvel Crisis Protocol, and I thought, man, that's a really nice looking game, but I just can't invest into another miniatures game. Well, thankfully, my good friend Joe has now pushed me over the edge, and I'm looking at spending only a little bit to jump in and get the faction or group of miniatures that I want to play with. It's really neat. I've only taken off the shrink wrap from this box, but it's a beautiful box. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while now. Marvel Crisis Protocol. I kind of think of it like Marvel versus Capcom. But it's a really neat idea where this 4-box costs about $100. Which, if you think that's expensive, there are other games that are just as expensive that aren't going to be as interactive as this one. And it comes with all these models. These models are not pre-assembled, they are not pre-painted. This is a miniatures game, which means that you will be assembling the models by yourself, painting the models by yourself. You can always find somebody on eBay or one of your friends in the hobby that'd be willing to do it for you. But there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from assembling and painting your own miniatures. And if you feel a little intimidated to paint these iconic schemes for some of these characters, like I am, you can always practice on just other random miniatures that you can buy at your local hobby stores. Super cheap, and just practice painting. I've got a bag of Reaper miniatures, just little Reaper bone miniatures that I keep on hand so I can practice painting color schemes and things like that instead of actually doing it on the models that I'm trying to do that color scheme on. So first things first, we are going to switch it up, and I'm going to show you what's inside the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? No, just me. Alright, so like I said, I just took off the shrink wrap. That's all I've done for this. I don't know if you can hear that. ASMR. I think maybe my wife could. She looked like a stink eye. Alright, so nicely packaged. Comes nice and neat. Here's the Learn to Playbook. The character cards, which from what I was told, these are already, a majority of these have been redone. They have cards for all the characters on their website, and by they, Atomic Mass Games. They're the people who created this miniatures game. Phenomenal people. I've followed some other game developers for the past 10-15 years because of the other games that they've worked on. So I know that I'm probably gonna like this one. But we'll just go through the box of characters that we'll be building over the next few weeks or months. Some of these I probably won't even build. I'll probably just give away simply because I don't want to play everything that's available. So The starter box comes with some more iconic characters like Iron Man, Captain America, Doc Ock. So that's really neat. But then they also come with characters like Baron Zemo. Like, I don't know too much about the guy. I know that he was in Winter Soldier and the Falcon and Winter Soldier, whatever that's called. Black Widow's in the box, so she's supposed to be really neat. Iconic Captain America, definitely going to keep him. Captain Marvel, she's been really big lately, so I wasn't surprised to see her inside the box. Crossbones, here's a character you don't hear a lot about. Somebody that I plan on using a lot. Dr. Octopus, Doc Ock. Iron Man. The Red Skull. Good old Spooderman. And this is the generic Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and I'll talk about him in a little bit. And Ultron. So it's a pretty even mix of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 heroes, 5 villains. And I don't know anything about the point values of the characters. I don't know anything about. We'll be learning about that together over the next few weeks. But I can tell you that they have a full range of miniatures out right now that is just crazy awesome. I believe there's 3 different Spider-Mans out right now. So we've got Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and the Amazing Spider-Man, which is another Peter Parker, but not this Peter Parker, right? Because the Spider-Verse is a thing now. They're trying to push that a lot. And so it's really neat. Like, there's a little inside the game, there's different factions. Spider-Man and his friends are the Web Warriors. They have the Spider Foes, so Dr. Octopus, Venom, Carnage, all those really iconic Spider-Man villains are their own little faction. And that's what I plan on playing, as the Spider Foes. So I'll slowly be working my way through that faction. You can play the Avengers. The X-Men have been released. They just released Moon Knight and Blade, right? So they're releasing a bunch of different characters, and some that are really, really diverse. Like, there's characters that I hadn't even heard of, and I'm sure that there are other bigger, nerdier dads than me, comic book wise. But I mean, that's really neat that they're putting in all these different characters. And then they just released a ton of X-Men, which everybody loves X-Men. They want to play with X-Men. Night Models used to have a Marvel game, along with playing the Batman miniatures game. I also have a faction for the Batman's miniatures game, but this is just something a little bit different. So something else they came out with are a ton of really neat tokens that you'll need for what your powers are, how much damage you're dealing, special conditions, all different things. This game isn't just about beating up your opponent. That's one of the reasons that I'm kind of excited to jump into it. It's not just about decimating your opponent's side of the field. It's also about scenarios. So maybe it's something like capture the flag, or protect a payload, or secure an objective, or protect citizens, or knock out the citizens, wherever it may be. I'm very excited to see how me and my friend Joe, who bought me the game, he has to play with me. We'll be seeing how we do this, how we play this game together. So what's really neat is there's a ton of characters, right? There's Dr. Octopus. I'll be assembling him here pretty soon. But along with the characters, this core box, which again is $100, comes with some amazing terrain. It's going to come with several little. Look, already losing pieces, Ramirez. Oh, there it is. The core box is going to come with a ton of terrain, so that you can immediately start playing. Because this is, like I said, this is a miniatures game, so it focuses on playing on a table It's going to have a bunch of stuff on it. So it's not like a normal board game where you just set up a little board and then you play on top of that cardboard. No, 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 no. This is about... Okay. Oh, and another really cool thing. In the back of the how to play, they have assembly guides on how to assemble each of the characters and the terrain that it comes with. So we'll start here with these pages so you can see. It comes with 2 really neat little cars that are perfect terrain pieces to keep on the board, block line of sight. Some characters can even pick these cars up and other things and throw them at other characters, which I thought was really fun. That's a really neat thing to do. And some of the stronger characters can actually pick up whole buildings and toss them. Inside the box, there's a Daily Bugle newsstand, a few dumpsters, light posts, traffic lights, and then a quick reference for while you're playing, right? There's something to glance at while you need certain things to remember. So, bases, and something that I've heard about this is they give you a ton of bases to make all these different characters for, because you need 10 right off the bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like we're going to have 2 large bases. 2 of the characters will need larger bases. And here go the characters. So you just sort of have to know what the characters are. Like Baron Zemo, Crossbones. Oh, dice. Can't play a game. Can't play a game without really cool dice. And I don't like custom dice for games. Like, I play Frostgrave, you just need D20s. Age of Sigmar, Warhammer, you know, you really just need D6s, 6 normal 6-sided dice to play the game. But they came out with some really nice dice, and I've seen a couple of my friends that have won tournaments and done other things get custom dice from those. More characters. Somebody told me. Cards, because you'll need, they tell you how the scenarios run, or special abilities for special characters. More little cards. Terrain bits. One of the things that I heard was people were opening their boxes. You didn't see me do it, but I'll show you on screen. People had told, I had read on different pages that people were going through their boxes. Hey, Jason, thanks for liking the stream. People were going through their boxes and being like, "Oh, I'm missing the cars, and I'm missing the measuring sticks. I need the like." Who would I contact? And the company was like, "Just lift the box up. If you lift the box up, it's hidden in these little recesses." So I didn't get fooled on stream because I did a little bit of research beforehand. But we've just unloaded the box. We're going to build a few terrain games. Terrain pieces. Guys right here. Definitely want to build Dr. Octopus tonight, since he's something I want to play in the future. So let's take our handy dandy Learn to Play guide. We're going to look at the directions on how to assemble these cars, and then while we're assembling them, I will start reading the rules, and then we'll get a little feel for how this game is played. If you're really interested in this game, I'm not going to be doing a how to play. I'm just learning how to play and assembling the models on my stream. I'm more of an arts and crafts stream, but I highly recommend watching Havoc Maker Studios on Twitch. I'll have a link up on my Facebook page for them. John Owens is a great guy. I've known him for years. He's been a staple in the Houston wargaming community. Love him to death, and he does a phenomenal job of painting the miniatures and doing updates on the game itself. When new models are coming out, when new rules have hit, and things like that. It really helps the community when they have somebody as tuned into the game as John Owens is. So again, that's Havoc Maker Studios, and I'll post about them later on my Facebook page. All right, so I think the cards are on the last page. Look at the last page. There we go. So basically, it's just two plots. Got the cars. Cars have underbellies. Wheels. Alright. I've been wanting to assemble these cars since I saw them years ago. Because they're just, one, so dang cute and extremely useful. Like, I play Infinity. It's a modern sci-fi game, and there's cars in Infinity. But I never wanted to buy little car models because I'm lazy. And so I think these are perfect. Switch the view. Hey, Michael Bradley, thanks for liking the stream. Assembling Marvel Crisis Protocol tonight. Finally getting into it. Somebody bought me the starter, so I'm getting into it. So this neat little car to give you a. I guess we can't really do that because it's a little bit bigger. Here's one of my Trollkin. It's a good size vehicle. Got to remember that these heroes are a little bit larger than life, so they're going to be a little bit bigger than the actual terrain that you'll see on the field. So I have special clippers, which are covered in resin because I'm a gooby. Wait, I'm gonna cut it right at the edge. If you can't hear it, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. I know some people like that ASMR. Clip, clip, clip. Light down. See that a little better. Yeah, I mean, I've only heard really good things about Marvel Crisis Protocol. So that's one of the reasons that I'm not mad that Joe bought me the game to try out with him. Tons of people in Houston. I live in Houston, Texas. Tons of people in the Houston area are playing it. Aside from Warhammer 40K, Age of Sigmar, which are age-old staples in the wargaming community, Marvel Crisis Protocol is a game that's stepped up and has done very, very well. And again, the creators of the game are very in tune with the community and what the community wants. They listen to the players. And it's not a money grab. Like they honestly want the game to be fun and for people to actually play their game. Alright, there goes my little car. Looks like the wheels should just be able to twist out. Twist out. Twist out. Alright. Okay. This car mirrors. Always be sure to clip the correct locations because you don't want something flying across the table. And so I just noticed that it could be a normal little sedan, or there's a little piece on the sprue So you can turn the little sedan into a taxi cab. A little piece right there. It is taxi. So this vehicle is going to be a taxi. There we go. Alright, so that's it. I've clipped out entirety. Create the car. So now we'll begin the assembly. Alright, so very simple. Good luck. Roll. Alright, so it's got little exhausts on the back of it. So I'm just going to place this here. There we go. Snapped into place. I should probably glue it, but I'm not that worried about it. Alright, so tip of the day. I'll be working with an X-Acto knife. You'll see me cut towards me, cut away from me, get really close. My fingers are extremely calloused. I work in a chemical refinery, so I have very calloused hands from actually physical labor. If you don't have calloused hands from physical labor, be very careful when you're using your X-Acto knife. You do not want to slice yourself open. Always cut away from you. I'm just shaving off some of the little bits and pieces of plastic. Giving some of the little bits and pieces of plastic so that it looks nice and uniform all the way around. They did a fantastic job of actually making it so that there's no mold lines on the outside of the car. Like, you don't see anything. The car is just vacuum formed, it looks like. There's no mold lines for you to have to scrape off. Same goes for the windows. You know, there's very little that you need to do. I'll go back and handle those in just a little bit. Now I am going to start putting glue to all the little different places that I need to put glue. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit. Right side mirror. Okay. Yep. Bloop. Alright. Got that mirror in. I've got a little bit of glue that came out on that just sort of popped out because I put too much glue, even though I said just put a little bit. A little dab will do you. So I'm going to strike that off. Smooth it out so that we don't see that big old blob of glue. Because when you paint these little guys, if there's any glue or if there's anything underneath, you'll see it as you prime it and start to put layers of paint onto it. That little mirror. And put the other mirror in. I can already tell that I'm gonna need to keep these away from my little girls. I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. They're about to be a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And they love every aspect of gaming. 3-year-old loves monsters and dice. She's very much into fairy tales and unicorns and dragons. So it's a really fun age right now for her. And the 2-year-old loves everything that the 4-year-old loves. So that's a lot of fun. We've got a real fun age going right now. Alright, so I've got the lights in. I mean lights, the mirrors in. There's a little bit, there's only a little bit of flash on that little taxi sign, so I'm going to clear that flash off. I said get away from you, but again, I have very callous fingers, so I can very gently get that line off. And I will, there's a little bit on the top too. And very gently. Back's hurting a little. Now, very little glue, because as soon as I mush this onto the top of the car, that glue will start to spread. So just a little dab of glue. I mean, the tiniest dab. That'll make it adhere to the roof. Boom, that fell right into place. Perfect. Ooh. Now we're going to check out the wheels. The wheels had just a little bit of flash on them. Just a little bit. I'm going to shave that off with my X-Acto knife. Shave that off just a little bit. Put a little glue on the inside of the tire. So another reason that I'm doing this is because this is a game that anybody can go into a local game store and pick up. It's made to be a fun game for everybody to enjoy. So don't be afraid to go pick it up, have some fun with it. You're seeing just how little you have to do as far as assembly goes for these cars in the terrain, right? I'm going to assemble Dr. Octopus tonight. We'll see how hard that actually is. And he'll be next up. I just wanted to assemble one of these cars real quick, because I have been drooling over these little guys for the past 2 years. I think it's been 2 years since this game's come out. So thank you again, Joe, for buying me the core set so that I can play. I know it was just as much for you. He got it for me for a birthday / Christmas gift. I know that he's really been wanting to play it. And I play tons, like again, I play tons and tons and tons of war games and miniature games. I'm sure Joe had in his mind that if he picked it up for me, me and him will learn how to play and I can help him out. That's absolutely what the Big Bad Nerd Dad is about. Helping out people who want to learn how to play games. Look at that. I love it. I love that little car. Beep beep. Alright. So we have a piece of terrain done. Now we are going to build Dr. Octopus. Because he is the foundation, or he's the start of my spider foes that I want to build. So we are going to pick up the Learn to Play book. And again, at the very back of the book, they have an assembly guide on how to build all the different characters. Every character in the box has an assembly guide. And I believe every character that you buy individually outside of this core box comes with how to build guides as well. if I have enough time after I build Dr. Octopus, I want to build some more terrain. Like, I have a bunch of little modern terrain. I have a movie theater and a church, and I even have a taco truck. So all this terrain will add to what I already have. For Dr. Octopus, it looks like we just need the 2 body pieces, the head, 2 body pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 arms. That's weird. He's an octopus. She should have 8. Yeah, I'm missing. Oh no, it's not even 8 arms. It's 4 arms. So we'll figure it out as we go. But it's, again, assembling these models is very, very simple. Okay, so Doc Ock has these pieces. I'm going to clip them right out with our little clippers. You can get these clippers at any hobby store. If you're looking for a great hobby store in the Houston area, or you live in a place that doesn't have a local hobby store, I highly recommend Space Cadets Gaming. Oh, there's our sponsor, and they are, how do I do this? Space Cadets Gaming is a sponsor of the stream. Great people that own the store. They hold all kinds of gaming events for all the different types of games that are in their store, and they're constantly trying to make the gaming experience better for the community. So they have a web store. So if you do not have a local game store, that's a great place to start. Order a few things from Space Cadets, help them out. They are a small business. They're not like Walmart. They're not like Target. You want to help support these small businesses. And these pieces just snap together basically, so there's barely even need for super glue. But better safe than messy, I always say. Alright, boop. A little bit. I'm just gonna put just a little bit of glue. 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 Alright. Now I will assemble this Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus. We're assembling, so put this right here so you can see exactly who we're building. You know what? We can use our handy dandy car. Car to hold that up. Alright. So we're working on Dr. Octopus. Got sort of a little belly. That power nodule is. Again, these miniatures, these sculpts are beautiful. Barely any flash. They look fantastic. Super easy to assemble so far. And again, I'm an experienced modeler. This may be a little bit easier for me, but when I tell you that it's an easy build, it's an easy build. And we're going to clip out export the head. I do everything in order. This is exactly what this is exactly how the instructions go. Head, arms, and his feet. Little boots. Boots. Boots, boots, boots. All right. Assembling Dr. Octopus. Side. Gonna do just a little bit of cleanup because I was lazy. Instead of clipping, I ripped it right off. So that's another thing too. If you don't have clippers, you can just pop it right off. All right. One boot down. I did clip this one, but there's still a little bit of the screw left on it. I'm gonna shave that little bit of the boot off. And again, be very careful when using an X-Acto knife. Always cut away from you. You'll see me do some crazy stuff simply because I've got big, beefy, calloused hands. So I'm not gonna get cut. That's all good, man. These things are amazing. So just a little bit of glue. A little bit of glue. Key points. So it will stay in place. Put a little bit of the glue side. All right, that's the outside of the boot. Boot. All right. Here go his little boots. Let's try to see. But I've got his body assembled. With the exception of that wonky boot. This boot needs more glue. I'm gonna put a little bit more glue around the outside of this peg. So when it smushes into here, it'll give it, there we go. See? Alright, so Dr. Octavius. Otto Octavius keeps falling. That meant to stand, he's meant to be put onto the base. See him? Okay. And where does it say? It does not. So we need to figure out what size base he. I think he uses a big size base. Yeah, I'm looking. So they gave me all these bases. Oh, and that's neat. I just noticed that the bases, like, I just pop this off, but if you look right here, that's actually like a little Starbucks cup. Little Starbucks cup, and then this is a little bent up can. Same thing with these, they come with little bottles and cups. Kind of cute. So you can throw some debris onto their bases. So, okay, so now we are going to build his pinchers. Okay, so the directions, like I said, are very well done. I'm actually going to glue him to his base. So, a little bit of glue on his base. If I have Crafter's Remorse later, no big deal. You can always fix it. Right. So he's glued to his base. Next, we will be working on his mechanical arms. Oh, Azarox, thank you, but I'm already famous. I am loved by my friends and family. Lord Jesus Christ. Alright, so these things are supposed to be long. So we're going to start with the lone one. There's one that is all by itself and does not have an attaching piece. So this attaching, we're just going to shave off a little bit of flash that was on there. You can barely see it on the camera. But when you paint these things, this flash shows up like crazy. Like, oh, why didn't I shave that down first? So, no painter's remorse later. Just knock it out now. Right. So this is it. Back. I want to be very careful. I do not want to ruin piece. There are these little thingamabobs on the arms. Gotta make sure it's off carefully. Nice and easy. Shave these little bits. Oop, got it. Oh yeah. All right. Now we are going to glue this into here. I'm sure there's a certain way you're supposed to do it. Yep. I'll stick just a little bit of glue in there. Glue this. Bloop. The arm bit in. There we go. Now he has one of his tentacles ready. Boom, right there. We will put a little bit more glue right here. A bit of glue. Alright. So this first little tentacle grabber reaching out. I really like that. Oh, we're going to take all these little arms to choose. I need one that's not as curvy, so I think that's this one. Not as curvy. Piece that we try and take is a. Oh man, go look this. Oh, these have pokey bits. I need the one with a hollow bit. Booyaka, this one right here. Alright. Process of elimination, or as my good friend Coach Bisa would say, deductive reasoning leads us to see that this is the choice. Now again, we're going to shave off using the X-Acto knife and going away from your body. All right. All right. Got another arm ready. Looks like it goes here. Gotta be it. That's gotta be it. All right. I got this one plugged in now. Boop. X. One. It is half circle. So I think that half circle. Oh baby, they're both half circle. We'll figure this out. Don't worry. I'm gonna go with this one. This looks good. Half circle. Half circle. If I'm not right, you can always try the other one. Try and shave this top piece off. See if that makes a difference. Again, remember, be very careful. Shaving these pieces, shave them away from you. That can't be right. It has to be. Alright. This is why I have trial runs. In for the night. So we will say sweet dreams. Gotta be it. So a little bit of super glue. Again, these pieces fit very snugly and well together. That glue will match very well. Very easily. Bam. That I'm like 90% sure it's just gonna slide right in here. Yep. Ooh. We are one arm away from rocking and rolling, everybody. Building our first Marvel Crisis Protocol miniature. Thank you very much for being on this journey with me. If you have any questions, put them right there into the chat. I'm paying attention. I chat up all over. I want to chat with you. Last one. Blue. Not too much. So now we just gotta attach the claws and the pincers. Mimi will attach the big grabber claw. Attach the little bits of plastic. Get everything nice and pretty. Again, if you like what you're seeing, please like my stream, subscribe, stop by my Facebook. Been a while, but I usually take lots of okay. You can always try again. I don't know what these feeling I'm supposed to. Alright. Put just a little bit of glue. Put this on top. A little bit of glue. I'm going to place it here. Last one. And we will place it here. Together. Not very hard, just a little hard. And our first villain, Dr. Otto Octavius, is now finished. So probably over the next few days, I'm going to build a few more of these guys, prime them, and then I'll be painting them on the next few streams. I like him very much. Look at this guy. So just so you can see, like, there's a vehicle next to him. Let me see if there's anything else. Other terrain, we can build this real quick. We can make a dumpster. Again, this kit comes with so many cool miniatures. 10 miniatures of some of your favorite Marvel heroes and villains. And it comes with a ton of really nice terrain. Put this up real quick. I really wanted to build some terrain tonight. Pinched my... Okay. I pinched it and I did not cut it. Again, if you have any questions, or I'll be playing up at Space Cadets or Board and Brew. They've invited me out to play. They're not an official sponsor, but they're really good people. Again, we really want to look out for our local businesses. Awesome little bits. And always cut away from cut away. the lid. And the lid. Side thingies. Just the dumpster, but little hinges in the back, it looks like. Take your little clippers. And these aren't any special type of clippers. I think I got these at Michael's years and years and years ago. They're just modeling clippers. Probably gonna get me some new ones here pretty soon. I'm gonna do some. I want to build some Gundams, and they're stuff in the. These aren't exactly springing back into place, so works a little bit better. Oop. Alright, so that was just one whole sprue for that. Oop. Another clip. Put this. Go on this side. It just slipped it right on. So you put some glue in here. Just a little bit. Buying some more super glue here pretty soon. Go. Do this one. Little glue. Little glue. Boop bop ba doo. There's a little decal on the front of the dumpster. So we will already scraped off all the little bits. Like it just fits right in there. Put a little bit of glue on the side. Flip. Glue. Glue right there. A little bit more. Nice tight fit. Drop this down in there. Bloop. Nice and snug as a bug in a rug. Off. Off. And then the final piece is looks like a little hinge point for the dumpster. Oop. Looks nice. So it looks like it flips up. All right. So, not bad for a one night's delve into miniatures. So we've got a little car, Dr. Otto Octavius, Doc Ock, and a dumpster. Over the next few days, I'll be assembling some more of these awesome little pieces of Marvel Crisis Protocol. So thank y'all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please like me on Facebook, Twitch. I have a YouTube channel, but I haven't done any real YouTube videos. All my streams just go there. I do plan on doing some tutorials and Q&As on the YouTube here fairly soon once I can figure out all of that part. I'm just now getting the hold of streaming. But thank you very much for watching me. I've really enjoyed building these Marvel Crisis Protocol models. And hopefully over the next few days I'll be able to talk more about it, show you what I've built, and play through a game with my good friend Joe for Joe versus Schmo. Thank you very much. I hope y'all guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you real soon. Love you. Bye-bye.